All right, subject today, the problem is this is a 64.5 early Mustang. It has the frame mounted horns. And the problem we're having is the low note horn, which is over here on the passenger side, has quit working. And what I'm going to show you guys today how to do is how to take it apart and fix it. Unlike modern horns, the old ones are serviceable and they usually just get corroded. And that's why they stop working. But it can be fixed. Alright, here we are. This is the driver's side horn. It's mounted down on the frame next to the radiator. What you have on top is, the first thing to do is disconnect the wiring. I would check your wiring first, especially if both horns don't work, to make sure that you're getting 12 volts when you press the button. If you're not, part of your problem could be your wiring in the horn in the car, or right here above the horn is the relay for the horn. They're specific to if you have a 64.5 that had a generator, or a 65 that has an alternator. So this is the regulator here. That's not my problem. I'm getting 12 volts fine to the horn. So what I did is, to get the horn off, there's two bolts, a 7/16 nut here and one down here. You need to take both the nuts off, the 7/16 nuts off, and the horn will just slide right out. Alright, here's the horn removed from the vehicle. How to get this apart is, if you flip it over, I went and cleaned this one up. It had lots of years of grime on it. There's metal tabs here, two of them here, and two of them on this side. And I've already bent them back, as you can see. You just take a screwdriver and very carefully bend them away. And then what'll happen is, with a little bit of help, cover will come off, and this is what you'll be left with. Obviously, my problem was due to a ton of corrosion. How these horns work is, when you apply power to this terminal here, they're grounded through the metal frame, but when you apply power, there's a point right here, and then there's a coil inside. It's kind of like a speaker, but except it uses a lot more amps. I guess a horn uses about 8 or 9 amps. Second to your headlights, it's one of the most power consuming devices in the car. And what that does is, when it energizes that coil, it pulls the whole diaphragm down, and it breaks contact with that point. When it breaks contact with that point, it shuts off power to the diaphragm, and it snaps back, and then goes through the same cycle very, very fast. It vibrates like this away from the point. And what can happen is, either corrosion can corrode the points, can cause this to stick, or this is the adjustment right here. Sometimes it just needs adjusted. That was what was going on with my case. After cleaning it up, this is a very fine adjustment with a 7/16. If I had it just a hair too far this way, it was too tight and you just hear it, or it was too loose and it wouldn't work. If you had it a hair too tight, all it would do is click. So when I found the sweet spot, after cleaning everything up, it allowed the horn to work again. It's actually pretty easy. You just need to clean it up your best, spray WD-40 in there, scrub it out, and I could do a lot better of a job on this, and then blow it out with some compressed air to dry it out. But as you can see, it's all metal inside of here. There's really nothing to break. That's what's really nice about these old horns. They can be fixed. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to put it back together now. Like I said, adjust it while it's hooked up to the car, or you have it test. This is a fine adjustment until it works. Once you're ready to put it back together, put the contact through the hole. And obviously this isn't waterproof at all, so I don't think you really have to worry about sealing up this seal here. And we're going to bend this tab down. Use a screwdriver to tighten it up here. Alright, and the next step, once you're sure it works, next up, I'm going to throw a fresh coat of black paint on this just to protect it from the elements before I install it back onto the car. Alright, now I've wiggled everything back down into its spot and just kind of set the horn in place. Just trying to make sure it has a good ground. I'm going to hook the power wire back up temporarily, just so we can test this out. Now I've got the high side disconnected because I just want to make sure the low side's working. I'll just give it a little tap here. Alright, that works. Now let's hook up the high side just to make sure the whole sounds good together. There we go. There's how it's supposed to sound. Very nice. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and take this back out, throw a little bit of paint on it. Then we'll bolt it back in here. Make sure you don't get paint right on these contacts because it needs to make a good ground. And then we'll be good to go. Hope this helped you.